Maybe you don't have the power to create opportunities, but you have the power to create the conditions to seize opportunities when they come available to you. And that's what matters most. Warren Buffett is a prolific investor, and he is because he had the money to invest in the proper companies when they showed up on his desk. It's not about making the most amount of bets possible. It's about making the most correct bets possible. That's how you become the best investor of all time. So how do you become the best person that you could be? It's about using your time in the best way to set your life up so that you could take advantage of opportunities as they come your way, as well to put yourself in a position to get in front of more opportunities. And this is like a never-ending cycle of like things you could do to better create the conditions for you to achieve opportunities. So just a cool note to think about. And then as well, in doing that, you'll get to see the results of consistent effort. So I got to kind of see today some really exciting milestones. I hit 50 subscribers on this account, which is awesome. Some people get lost in like I have to get 1 million subscribers or this huge number. I think that 50 is incredible. I've posted 130 videos and no thumbnail, just from the video with the title of the video. So I haven't really created the conditions for opportunity on this account, but I'm still gaining a following, right? Take that in retrospect to on my Instagram account where I'm actually trying to grow a following, and I post less consistent videos because there, for some reason, I actually worry about the quality of the content more than I do here. I need to take lessons from this channel and apply it over there because over there, I actually do have the conditions for opportunity. I put time into my videos. I have thumbnails, good music, nice storyline, the videos of the 50 States Marathon Challenge in this season of life, where I go out and run a marathon every single weekend, as I've done for the past 22 weekends in a row. And, it's so funny, the difference between the two, because I'm so focused over there on just like making it perfect that I don't have any content out there. You want to be so good that if they saw you, they would go with you in a second. For sponsors, whatever it is, the opportunity seeks out people like you. And because you've made yourself available through content online, as soon as you're recognized, you will be seized as an opportunity from the opportunity, because the opportunity itself needs a vehicle to act on it. And that's why it seeks out people like you who have set up those conditions. For me, I set up those conditions on this account, but I haven't on my Instagram because I'm inconsistent over there. I just post, one style of video. I don't post all the content that I have. There's so much potential that's not being acted on. So how can I take advantage moving forward of setting up my life on all platforms, including my main platform on Instagram or even TikTok that I'm not even touching? How do I take advantage of these to set my life up to achieve more opportunity or to create the conditions that opportunity would seek me out? It's just becoming available, making people aware of what you have to offer. That's it. You are who you are. You'll change over time. That's the difficult part. The easy part is just letting people know, hey, this is where I'm at right now. So for anyone who wants to tag along, this is where I'm at. If that's, hey, who wants to start filming videos with me, right? Or if that's, hey, who wants to sponsor this video? You just have to ask. You have to put it out there that 90% of the content that I put out is content of me actually doing the thing. And then B, 10% of the content is me kind of asking other people if they want to join in, or asking them if they want to purchase a product or whatever it is. Which is difficult because you want to be very careful asking people to buy things from you when you're putting out entertaining content, because then that kind of severs the relationship with them. Instead, you kind of want to avoid asking them to buy and then just have products available. And if they want to buy them, they buy them. But if not, you just make the content. You're not really worried or bothered if they buy anything from you. So, creating conditions for opportunity in my life. The main thing here is finances. I know that I can go out there and run a marathon every single weekend for the rest of the year. That's the easy part. The hard part is editing the videos. Well, I had a window of time that I didn't take advantage of, and I kind of, as per usual, wasted the time doing busy work that didn't add up to anything, avoiding doing my editing that would have allowed me to gain sponsorships and a considerable following that would allow me to make social media the main thing. That was the goal of the marathons, was like from the get-go. It was to pursue this as a full-time career and hopefully over the course of 20 weeks, give myself enough time to be able to figure it out. But I didn't give myself enough commitments on how to make myself known. So how do I do that moving forward? Instead of just filming a ton of footage, I need to know going into the marathon a checklist of shots that I need to take, of videos that I need to take. That way I have the videos somewhat ready to go. At least I have all the categories, because it's so much easier to edit a video if you know exactly what it's going to look like, versus if you have to kind of edit the entire thing from scratch. It takes so much more time. So a little bit of planning goes a long way when it comes to things like this. And so then you got to ask yourself, what do I have to start doing to make it easier to follow up on the commitments that I have with my life? For me, another commitment that I have is running the mile every single day. And so if I wait till the end of the day, it makes it more difficult to run that mile because I'm getting tired. And, like the other night, it started raining and, torrential downpour. I can't go for a run, right? I'm going to be hit by a car. So making the conditions better in that area of life to seize that time would mean running every single morning instead of at the evening. That way I know I have time, right? Then on top of that, how to seize that opportunity instead of just as time passing, as actual creating the conditions for opportunity. Instead of just posting that to my story where it gets seen by all of my followers, I need to be posting a video every single day, which I was supposed to do that today. I went to a run club this morning, which was my first time ever going to a run club. Incredible experience. So I guess tomorrow morning will be the first time where I do this. But basically, instead of just posting the video to my story, I need to be creating a piece of content, outreach. Every action that I take should have some type of outreach to a new audience. You want to engage the current audience, but you also are trying to grow as a content creator. If the thing that I do every single day is only shown to my followers, honestly, it should be the other way around. I should be posting new content every single day for new people to reach a new audience, and then engaging my audience daily, but mainly like once a week. I need to flip it on its head, put out more content that's consistent outside outreach, and then engage the content heavily, or the community heavily, on like the marathon days, for example. Or like maybe once a day with like just a poll asking people for their music tastes and everything like that. But ultimately, creating the conditions for opportunity will come back to having available money. And so then I can't forget the reason why I'm doing the marathons in the first place. Consistent content that would allow me to pursue a career in social media full time. So I have a note up on my door. It says 2024 Focus 50 States Marathon Challenge. I have it on my door as I leave. I'll show you. As well, I have it on my mirror. So every day when I'm brushing my teeth, I see it in the mirror, right? It's the only thing that I look at. And so then, not me flexing in the mirror. So then I need to change that to, or like in addition, 2024 Focus, becoming a full-time content creator, using the daily or the weekly marathons as the content. Because I really do think I have what it takes. And so if I think I have what it takes, that's great. But actually acting on that, that's the only thing that matters, Did you post the video? Did people see it? Did you post that video every single week? Did people see it every single week? They can only see it every week if you had posted the video. So the only thing that matters is just showing up. And that's the easy thing to say, easy to talk about this. actually sticking to it is not that difficult. It's just like simultaneously the most difficult thing that you'll ever do, because it's so weird. It's like, it's not that hard, like just sitting down and editing. But there's no monetary return immediately, so I have to delay the gratification there. There's no immediate audience, so I gotta delay the gratification there as well. And on top of that, there's really underweighted, like, it's not a heavily wasted time, but for this season of life, there are more productive activities. But the goal here, Alex Hormozy said this and kind of stuck with me, kind of changed my perspective on this. You're working your current job and the one that you want to grow into at the same time. So if you're the owner of a gym and you're trying to have 5 employees, well, guess what? You got to hire your first employee and work 4 jobs for the other 4 people that you haven't hired yet. You got to do payroll. You got to do accounting. You got to do training, whatever it is that you have to do to run your business. You're working your current job and the one that you want to grow into at the same time. That's the only way that you're going to be able to do it, because it wouldn't happen the other way. If maybe if you saved up enough money and then you gave yourself leeway, but that's just not a good way of doing things. I'm moving away from this mentality of like storing up a ton of resources to take action on a thing, because 2 things generally happen when people do this type of thing. Let's say the bear in the cave mentality, or the squirrel for the winter mentality. The first one is that you want to live an endless summer, right? Life is always a bliss, endless summer, but you're preparing for winter. Those 2 things don't add up together. If you want life in every season to be this wonderful thing where you're living out your life's purpose and you're working the job that you want to have and doing the things you want to do, but you're also like saving up, waiting for the time where the conditions are perfect, or like hoping that one day like you'll have the time, it just doesn't work. You want the endless summer, but you're preparing for winter. You can't do that. So instead, how do you flip this on its head? You figure out a way to do a little bit of preparation and then act on it. Not a ton of preparation that you never have to act on, because it's so easy to save up money for an idea. It's so easy to plan it out. It's so easy to actually go and do the thing, right? The hard part is the follow-up. It's the only thing that matters. If you just film footage all the time and then put it in like a camera roll or like a one timeline, there's no edits, no cuts, no music, and you just post it, no one's going to watch it. The only people who can do that are the ones who like actually talk, with the camera, and they're telling a storyline. And that tells you one thing as well, just a little bit of a tangent, is that the story is what matters most. So you can have just footage edited on a timeline without any music or any effects whatsoever. As long as you're telling a story, that's what matters most. Because people just want something to follow. They want to learn from your experience or know what's going on, have some context. So you can do that. There are guys like Sam Sulek, who's grown a massive following from just posting 2-hour-long weightlifting videos, right? Lots of reasons why he's been able to grow that. But going back to the beginning of the discussion, create the conditions for opportunity. It's the only thing that matters. And then act on that every single day. Optimize for action. That's another thing. Instead of optimizing for preparation, like, okay, I'm going to start saving up money. I'm going to start, putting an hour towards planning every single day. I'm going to do this, that, and the other. It's like, no. Figure out, what do you have to get done? Well, I should probably post 3 videos this week, and then build backwards. If I should post 3 videos, maybe I should film these 3 on Saturday. Well, if I'm going to film on Saturday, I should probably have a script by Friday or Thursday. So I'll just sit down on one of those days, come up with like an hour of, planning for that particular thing to take action on. So instead of planning for 10 hours or 100 hours or whatever it is, all this time planning that you never take action on, you're only planning for an hour. And then you're going out, filming, taking action on it, and then editing. And then this is like a positive feedback loop. So not the more that I plan, but the more times that I plan, film, edit, and post, the more content that I'm putting out. Whatever that is in your life that you're planning to do something, then you have to actually take action on that. So planning your route for, like knocking on doors, if you're in door-to-door solar, let's say, just because I've seen that a bunch on my TikTok For You page. You can plan out the best route ever, but what it comes down to is just going out there, knocking doors, and getting yelled at or said no to 1,000 times in a row. That's the only thing that matters, is that you're actually putting the time in, taking action. So optimize for action, build backwards, and only do what's necessary on the planning front. Yeah. Why not us?